interception. That play had it all.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Lions in control of the football as we take you back to the action in the third quarter. On first down, McDowell, and he'll be brought down by the Colts. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
To throw. McDowell throws out left. It's caught by. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Back to throw. McDowell setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another big play and another Lion first down.
It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Gibbs. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On third down, McDowell. This to Laporta, right side. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than Pat.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Indy set to go on offense once more.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bennett now.
Throw left side, got to be taken in by Harris. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing here on 3rd, Bennett. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
Bennett looking to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Brian Branch.
today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. Taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles. They'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And now Indianapolis. The last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Off play action, here's Bennett.
And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They'll go for it. Here's Bennett.
Escaping the pressure right. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we got an injured player here as well. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Following the fumble recovery, Knight.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to...
Should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And another timeout taken by the Colts. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
On 1st and 10, Knight over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Touchdown, Vikings. Rondale Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Starts the drive on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Bennett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Bennett. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The Colts at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance, get your fresh legs back.
The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually. And they'll hold on to the football as well. CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And he is going to have a Colts first down. And they pick it up rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 2. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They run again with Harris. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Bennett now off play action.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They hand this off to Harris. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Looking to throw here. Bennett. Looking end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Shane Steichen, aggressive as a play caller. He's going to go for 2 here.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one-up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He was 4-4 on that opening drive, including the touchdown pass, as he'll try again here to duplicate that success, starting with a 1st down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Knight finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him...
And now off to the races, down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No accusations.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to move back in front.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 14. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
This fielded right at the goal line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Off the play fake, it's Bennett.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Fourth down, here's Bennett. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Bennett fakes a handoff, now to throw.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Bennett here out of the shotgun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense.
To throw is Bennett.
Flushed out right. And he's got it. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Mixon is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Boy, that could have been a real momentum boost going into the break. You get into field goal position with a chance to seize the lead, but this one doesn't find the target, and they're unable to capitalize.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. That's complete to Dell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw on second down. Knight. This is caught by Addison. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Off the play fake. Knight. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Knight. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Bennett now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And Bennett will look to throw. Rolling to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard. The return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Throw out wide is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit, because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. This is Harris. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, and they go back to Harris. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
On second down, this is Harris. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Mixing up the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here's Harris. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Inside handoff to Mixon. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll give it to Mixon, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. They get 1 more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 8, 1:47 on the clock. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. They'll look to throw. That's caught by Addison. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. What a catch there by Robinson. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in...
And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Bennett. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Bennett. That is caught by Dell. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Bennett working from the gun. They'll roll him out right. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. In overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, it's underway here in overtime. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Throwing on 1st down. Knight. He finds his man. Complete. It's Welcome back, everyone, to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. We've got a barn burner going, all tied as we pick up the action in overtime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They run with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
From the gun on third down, Bennett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Here's 3rd and 6. Here's a give to Mixon. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it. Will 3 points be enough to do it? We'll soon know as we continue here in overtime. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. first down. Knight. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Knight. Addison hauls it in. And he'll get this up past the 45. It's a first down, but the tackle comes in bounds. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Indianapolis, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll
today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Tennessee Titans.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, and this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that excitement before a game, it never gets old. They all know how to channel it once they actually kick this one off, though.
Now Spears to begin the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to Spears. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You look at this Colt defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the option, here's Spears. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Spears. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Touchdown! Chigakonkwo. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bennett, flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Colts at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And that is incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
They'll run with Mixon. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to go for it. Here's Bennett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And right side, they're going to go option here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. To throw, Mayfield. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's able to get this one down to the 4-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two. Plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now here's a give to Spears. Dancing away at the 35. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 12. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Hand off to Spears. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tajay Spears, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Off play action. Bennett. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now a stop.